Good morning, everyone. It's November 21st, 2025. It's 11 a.m. Thank you for attending today's Village Board meeting. If we could stand for a pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We have a few announcements, so Kirby. A few announcements. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Our East Hampton Town Beach Pass sale will go on this year, or actually next year, January 27th, with a snow date of January 29th. And then the permits will go on sale February 2nd for the general public. Village Hall will be closed to the public on January 12th through the 16th. And we do the beach sale here in this building, just to avoid any confusion. I'm going to ask Trustee Tuma to update us on some of the events coming up.
Good morning. On the first day of Hanukkah, December 14th at 4 p.m., Chabad of the Hamptons and the Jewish Center of the Hamptons will be co-hosting the menorah lighting in Herrick Park. We'd like to especially thank Hook and Ladder Company #1 for providing the ladder truck for the traditional dropping of the Hanukkah gelt. Then on Tuesday, December 16th, on the third night of Hanukkah at 5 p.m., we'll gather at Village Hall with the Jewish Center of the Hamptons for the lighting of the menorah with the mayor. And then lastly, on January 1st, we have the 21st annual Polar Bear Plunge from the Hurricane Swim Team. Online registration opens at 11:30 a.m., plunges at 1 p.m. There will be an online registration starting on December 1st at easthamptonfoodpantry.org, and all proceeds of the plunge go to the food pantry.
Great, thanks. Now, if I could ask Mary Wasserstein and Brad Billard from the foundation to fill us in about Santa Fest.
Great. Hello. We're very excited about Santa Fest this year, which we've expanded out to include, starting on Santa Fest Eve, will be a sip and shop in the village from 4 to 7. While the village elves are decorating, the stores can offer in-store promotions and special holiday cocktails if they'd like, or mocktails. We will have Dickens carolers that will be singing up and down Main Street and Newtown Lane during that period of time. And as the village turns into Santa Fest for the next day, we have on Santa Fest morning, we have a new event which is starting, which is the community and nonprofit event in the park. And that will start at 9:30 over by the tennis courts. And we have at this point in time, 18 nonprofit and community groups that will be there sharing their information about what they do to raise our community up. We will have DJ Variale performing and doing holiday games. The middle school band will be performing, and we have the Nassau County Girl Scouts are coming all the way from Mineola to do a special holiday dance. Santa touches down at 11 o'clock and 11:15, depending on how risky the pilot is. So we're pretty excited about that. And then he'll be there to greet everyone, and then we will kick off the traditional Santa Parade at 12 o'clock, and that usually has about 40 different groups that participate, which we're really excited about. And one of the fun things we're doing this year is Hugh King, the town crier, will be on the corner of Newtown and Hugh King Alley with announcing the floats as they go by. Is Hugh in the audience? Hi, Hugh. We have a very fancy seat for you. And then, of course, the mayor's float will become the reviewing station, where we have this year's 5th grade leadership council from the John Marshall Elementary School. And there'll be 12 children Santa judges, which will render their judgment for the top 3 floats, which will be announced at the tree lighting. Some of the new events, we do have one really exciting thing we'd like to add. Bon Bon Candy, which is quite the amazing candy company, has become the official candy of Santa Fest, and they are graciously donating 300 bags of candy for the holiday movie, which will be in the East Hampton Middle School from 2 to 4 will be Elf, and they will also be a vendor at the holiday market, which will be on the lawn from Village Hall from 10 to 3. And this year we will be featuring the USPGA US Open Trophy will be there. So it's an amazing photo op for everyone to come down and have their picture taken. And we have, at this point, about 22 really lovely vendors. The women from LVIS will be there gift wrapping everything free of charge that is purchased in the village that day or the market. You can then go over to have your picture taken with Santa on Millstone Park from 1 to 4, which is courtesy of 27 East Creative. And then over at Candyland, which is being hosted at Sam's Pizza, children can make their own pizza. There's cookies being donated by Beach Bakery, and Graham Quim's wife is making special homemade hot cocoa. And for the adults, in case you need a little bit of a break, in Eastman Way at Smoky Buns, there will be a 6.5-foot hand-carved ice bar that has a snow machine and will have bespoke cocktails made by the mixologists at Smoky Buns. Did we get everything? Oh, and then the tree lighting.
Tree lighting, and we also have a window decorating contest. So all of the stores going up will be in the window decorating contest, and we will announce the winners at the tree lighting and when we light the base of the menorah.
And we're also adding a nativity scene this year,
Oh, that's right, we are.
which
Thank you very
we're
much.
excited about. And we have a new addition to the Santa Fest team, which is
Oh, yes.
Emmett the Elf. So
Our friend Emmett the Elf.
Emmett stands at 5 feet tall. He will be appearing his first night at Bon Bon Candy in Sag Harbor, but then after that, he will be in all of our schools, the library.
Could I ask Brad to hold him up so that LTV can see him?
a photo?
Come on, Emmett.
Could you take a photo?
The mayor.
Just for my own records.
So we're asking everyone that whenever you see Emmett, that you do you take a picture of him, and then you tag him Emmett the Elf wherever you see him. He will end up in some pretty surprising places, and he will be doing his rounds in the village until December 24th. So it's pretty exciting. We have a lot of businesses and local institutions that will be hosting Emmett over the time. And
We'll also be sending out a Santa Fest map to all the village residents, so they will be getting this as well. And it's available throughout the village. We have 10,000 printed, so please come and enjoy East Hampton Village.
And we should also mention that all the events, with the exception, obviously, of the holiday market and the bar, are free to children. So there's no cost to attend the holiday movie, the Santa photos, or any of those events. And that's all because of our generous donors that have in our community and the East Hampton Village Foundation who are so supportive of this event. So there's no financial barriers for any child participating that day, including the Dreesen's Donut Truck at Santa's Arrival.
And we also want to thank the mayor and the trustees
Yep.
for hosting us in the village. And
Marcus Balladrone, whose unrelenting support of Santa Fest is one of the reasons it happens.
And Emmett the Elf has already spoken to the police chief this morning, so he's going to try to stay out of trouble, but he has a card if he gets into trouble, he can call Jeff.
Oh, one last thing, I don't want to forget that Mrs. Kloss will be at the LVAS from 1 to 4, where she'll be handing out cookies and there will be pony rides. So that is also another really fun event.
Can you just
And
remind us
everything's
the date of Santa
Yeah,
Fest?
so Santa Fest is Saturday, December 6th. It kicks off on Saturday, December 5th with a sip and shop, which we are now
Friday.
calling Friday, sorry.
Friday, December 5th is our sip
Getting it
and
all
shop.
in on Santa Fest Eve.
We've rehearsed this greatly, you can see.
But we're really super excited, and I think this year will be particularly special. Last year, we had 6,500 visitors in the village, and we expect at least that again.
Yeah. Well, thanks for all your hard work. I know you guys meet
Thank you.
every week on this, and I know it's a lot.
July.
So, but thank you very much.
Of course.
All right, now we'll get into the meeting. Could we do roll call?
Sure.
Mayor Jerry Larson,
Here?
Deputy Mayor Chris Minardi,
Here.
Trustee Sandra Melendez. Here. Trustee Carrie Doyle. Here. Trustee Jason Tuma.
Here.
Administrator Marcos Balladrone.
Here.
Village Attorney Lisa Perillo. Here.
Great, thanks. Hugh, you're up. Kirby, you're on deck.
Okay, I just wanted to announce that Emily Daniel will also be announcing the parade with me, okay, on that day, and she's going to be wearing my cape, okay? Okay, I've been talking to the village administrator. He's in love with the American Revolution. So next year is the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. In 1776, the North End Cemetery had just been opened. Their Long Wharf in Sag Harbor had just been built. There were 3 houses in Montauk for the keepers when they sent the cattle, sheep, and horses down there. There were people living at Fireplace in Springs, and there were some people living in Amagansett. But the major part of the American Revolution in East Hampton took place within the confines of the village. So, what does the Declaration of Independence have to do with Thomas Wickham? What does it have to do with Colonel David Mulford? What does the American Revolution have to do with Colonel Abraham Gardner? What does the American Revolution have to do with Reverend Samuel Buell, or Captain Ezekiel Mulford, or John Dayton, or Samuel Fishhooks Mulford, or the Ballad of Pudding Hill? What does the American Revolution have to do with Clinton Academy? Well, tune in next year at village board meetings and we'll find the answers to all those questions. Thank you.
Thanks, you. Kirby?
I must say, it's very hard to follow Santa Claus and Hugh King. But
I could have had the beach report first. I guess it would have been easier, but.
I've been invited today, and I want to thank the mayor and the trustees of East Hampton to basically review my work with affordable housing in the town of East Hampton and see how that could relate to current East Hampton village needs. As we all know, home prices have increased dramatically over the past few years. Starter homes begin at $1.2 million, and unless you're earning well over $200,000 a year, that's out of reach. Choose to rent. Year-round rentals start at $6,000 per month, again out of range for 90% of local residents. The result is that businesses that look to hire workers are hamstrung by the inability to house them. That applies to the town of East Hampton and the village. Both pay wages that are amongst the highest in the area, but still their workers cannot actually live in the village or the town that they service. My response has been to concentrate on developing workforce housing. That is housing a business owns and then rents to its employees. We started 4 years ago in talks with the town of East Hampton. 2 years ago, those talks led to our buying the old Stearns property, 4 acres at 350 Panago Road, midway between the village of East Hampton. Since that time, we have worked with the town to amend the current affordable housing code to make workforce housing possible. To do that, we first had to convince the town that the 1984 statute capping the overall density for all affordable projects at 8 units per acre was simply outdated. Modern septic systems can support 12 units per acre and is the accepted approach throughout Suffolk County. The town listened, the town agreed. Then we had to show that the theory of an entity owning housing and renting it under current housing limits made that project a de facto affordable housing project. So whether it's the town of East Hampton or Southampton Hospital, one of our prime customers for 350 Panago, whether each owns the housing, it's the laws and regulations governing the tenants that make that housing affordable. We plan 47 2- and 3-bedroom units for 350 Panago. Whoever the buyers may be, which is limited to East Hampton Village businesses to house East Hampton Village workers, the monthly rent for those units is capped at $2,500 and $3,500 per month per unit. That ensures the affordability of the development. We are currently at the planning board review process and expect preliminary approval at our next hearing, December 2nd. Now, the key to any project that is done is land that is suitable to support an affordable development of any kind. It must be 3 acres in size. It must be located in a compatible neighborhood. It must have access to public water. It must have access to major roads. There are very few parcels in East Hampton that fit that profile. We bought 350, not just because it fit those qualifications. It's one of only 2 parcels in the entire town of East Hampton that were actually zoned for affordable housing. The other is 6 acres next to the Amagansett Fire Department, land the fire department uses for its own purposes. So to begin any project, you need to find land that fits the general profile. Then you have to apply to the town board for an affordable housing overlay. The general items needed to gain that first special permit include the overall size and location of the property, plus these items. A site plan. You must demonstrate that whatever you propose meets the overall design requirements of setbacks, coverage, and density. A traffic report. You must demonstrate that the units developed do not have an adverse effect on traffic flow and there is adequate traffic flow within the development. An economic study. Basically, this is an analysis of what the project may do to the local schools' enrollment. Given we are in a period of declining school enrollment, we've been told by the school management that even if additional students were to live in these projects, they would not overburden the schools. Now, once you actually get that special permit, you're on your way to the planning board for the detailed analysis of design, architecture, landscaping, lighting, and all the other engineering requirements. Now, what does this have to do with the village? Recently, the village expressed an interest in developing a small workforce project to house selected staff. To date, that number of units proposed is 10. And to accomplish that, I propose using a small section of the village's highway department site on Accabonac. To start, that overall site is 12 acres. To accommodate 10 units, we would need 3 acres to meet the town's property size requirement. Because this is a small project, we would want to stay with this limited size because it allows us to provide septic for the system using traditional hydroaction IA septic systems. The Suffolk County Health Department allows 3 units per acre for that site using those systems. If you increase the density, you need to use a far more expensive, extremely lengthy review and approval package septic system. In the first case, the cost per unit is roughly $30,000 to $40,000 and requires a 3 to 6 month Suffolk County Health Department review. A package system is a minimum of $1 million with a 1 to 2 year approval and construction process. The format I would suggest would be a condominium workforce project. Now, a decision would have to be made if the 3 acres devoted to the project were to be subdivided from the original 12 or simply reside on a portion of the 12. In either case, the units would be modular in nature for best cost and fastest construction. I would suggest using the same 2 and 3 bedroom floor plans we have developed for our projects and have been found acceptable from the planning department. The 3 acres itself would have to be reshaped, drainage, curbing, walkways installed. 2 parking spaces per unit is required, and if there's not firefighting hydrants on site, 1 would have to be installed. Landscaping would need to be installed to buffer the units from neighbors, as well as the existing highway department structures. Overall, the cost of developing the site, buying and installing the units, paying for the attorneys, engineers, surveyors, and all site approval would be roughly $5 million. Now, to recoup most of that cost, I would suggest selling 5 of the units, preferably the 3-bedroom ones. Currently, the top-end price for an affordable house, according to town regulations, is roughly $500,000. So for $500,000, you could sell to essential workers a 1,200 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath unit. This is not something that can be sourced privately. Now, the other 5 2-bedroom units would make great rentals. And at $2,500 per month, they would give the village a rent roll of $150,000 a year. That would more or less cover the bond or the mortgage cost for those units. In essence, if it were done this way, this project might be revenue neutral. Of course, the units would have to pay for their usual condominium charges of management, grounds upkeep, insurance, common utilities. Each unit, by the way, has to be 100% electric, so they will be metered and paid by the individual owners. Taxes that we've already received from the assessor of the town of East Hampton tells us that the taxes for units of this type is only $1,300 per year. Now, who's going to do this? Now, unlike 350 Pandago or any other development my team has taken on, this village project would be done through my advocacy platform, the East End Housing Initiative. East End Housing Initiative is designed to help other parties like the village develop projects large and small. We bring to bear the same team that is doing our private work, our legal staff, our engineers, our septic people, our traffic people, our modular builders, our GC, our subs. Of course, all of these would be paid as independent contractors, while East Hampton East End Housing Initiative takes a fee of 2% to cover the costs of its planning, scheduling, oversight, and experience to bring this project to fruition. Now, if you wanted to start, we would work up a detailed schedule that would break down the costs and contractors for the property. If that was acceptable, I would first schedule a scoping session with the town's lead planner, Eric Shantz, who we have worked with extensively over the past 3 years to refine our own projects. If the proposal was deemed acceptable, the village would need to engage an attorney, either ours or one of your choosing, to prepare the legal documents for an AHO application. I would suggest you hire our engineer to prepare the original site plan, hire our traffic experts to expedite a traffic report, and use our staff to prepare the economic impact study. Once all these elements are in place, we could then file an application for an AHO. Given the small scale of the project, its location in an area where other projects of similar nature, and its utility to house village essential personnel, I would imagine the project would find easy acceptance. If so, I would expect an AHO to take 6 months from submission. If so, the planning process and Suffolk County Health Department would be received in another 8 to 12 months. Actually, the actual construction is actually the fastest part of the process. Once ordered, modular units can be shipped from the plant to East Hampton in as little as 10 weeks and completed in another 8 to 10 weeks. If this is something that is acceptable, we would proceed with the village joining the East End Housing Initiative. The fee is $1,500 and will be applied to your overall costs upon completion. I have for you all of this same information along with the site plan, the units, all the things that we've used so far. I'm sorry, I only have 4. Down this way. There's the. So, to sum up, we are here at your disposal to help you accomplish housing your workers, doing it in a way that is expedited, and also doing it at a price that may very well be, as I say, revenue neutral. Anything you'd like to know?
Does the board have any questions? Nobody? Okay.
I had a couple.
The town project, thank you, by the way.
You're welcome.
Very
Thank you for having me.
The town project that you mentioned was to be for businesses, I believe you mentioned. However, the village project that we've just discussed would be for village employees or?
Yes,
Yes,
just for us.
right. It would be just for the village. So as for qualifying on who would be able to rent or buy these, would it be up to us?
Yes, again, that's going to be an internal discussion that you will have to have. I understand that there are certain limitations, perhaps in terms of either union rules or in terms of how do you select a small group of people to benefit from something that you do. Our objective would be to accomplish the project for you. Now, given the fact that we have workforce housing as a given right now, and that the entity that currently is doing all affordable housing on a public venture is the town of East Hampton, there is no reason that we see legally why the village of East Hampton cannot be a owner of properties to which they are either the landlord of the, let's say, the 5 2-bedroom units, which are great rental units, or they can choose to sell to people they select those 5 3-bedroom units. Now, if for some reason you chose not to sell them, needless to say, the revenue neutral aspect of this would not be accomplished, but you would still be able to rent them to selected people. And again, rentals from the 2-bedroom units are about $150 a year. Rentals from the 3 bedrooms would be about $225. So between the the two sides of this puzzle, you would have about a $350,000 cash flow as the owners of these units to then service a note or pay a mortgage. But again, this is one aspect of it that is very internal to the village's rules and regulations. We will bring the team to execute the plan, and we will make sure that, as an example, our attorney is Chris Kelly. And Chris has been instrumental in helping us speak with the town to bring the town to the point where they are acceptable of all of these things. I've already had a brief discussion with him about this, and he personally does not see any reason why the plan as presented in terms of ownership cannot be something that can be done. Needless to say, though, we need to make sure that that's the case and make sure that the village itself has the maneuvering room to decide who actually receives these units. But the nub of the problem is, as we all know, that hiring for the village, although you've been more successful than the town recently, that hiring for the village is going to be an ongoing issue when it comes to all of your personnel. And unfortunately, the solutions that are at hand are few. You could buy private property. You could go out and buy a house for $1.4 million and put an EMS family in it. Or you could take this type of a route. So regardless of whether we call you, the Village of East Hampton or just another business entity in the town of East Hampton, you have the same pressures and even more so than a private business does, because unlike Coche, we can't close the Village of East Hampton because we don't have the staff to run it. You have to have the staff to run what you're doing, and you're going to be under increasing pressure from the lack of housing to accomplish that. Needless to say, that's not anything new to any other business in this town. And unfortunately, what's going to happen is that as the cost of housing rises to the west of us, which it is, Hampton Bays, Manorville, Riverhead, North Fork, these are all now approaching points where the average worker, whatever that may be, cannot live there. Within the next year or two, you're going to start to see people who are coming out here to do work for you or other businesses dry up. And it's not going to dry up temporarily. It's going to dry up permanently. And we're going to be left as if that bridge over the Shinnecock Canal really doesn't exist. And we're going to have to deal with sourcing the skills, the talent, and the knowledge that you need to do the very specific jobs that you have to do without the ability to find them locally because nobody can live here. So again, our job is to bring the apparatus. Our job is to execute the plan. Internally, you folks will, of course, come to the decision as to how you want to allocate this new resource. But there's not very many places where you can do this. I can tell you that the town of East Hampton has no more than about a handful of properties that fit the AHO overlay, period. We already have 2 of them. And getting anything more will be hard, except for small projects that fit the need. And in your case, I think this fits your need.
I didn't see on the plans, what, are these on a crawl space, slab on grade, or is there a full basement? And does that give them ability with an egress to expand later as their family grows, especially on the houses that were purchased?
Well, the regulations that we operate under for workforce, which would be applied here, the town allows us to have 4 people in a 2-bedroom unit and 6 people in a 3-bedroom, which is a deviation from the usual 4 people in a single-family house. Now, we also made an agreement with them that when we build full foundations, which we will, they're 8-footers, not 9-footers, and there's no egress that's available. So given how the town is refining their views of basements and living space, we took the route that, listen, we don't want the basement to be living space. The basements themselves are about 600 square feet, which is more than enough room for your washer and dryer down there, your electric hot water heater, your electrical panel, and then still room for storage if you need to put storage down there. Going beyond that point, making it into something that is more of a living space is not something we wanted to build into the code.
That only access will be through a Bilco door?
Yeah, each unit has its interior access into its own basement. There's no Bilco doors, there's no common access. Whatever's beneath your floorboards is your space to use, short of living space.
Oops. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do we, Are we interested in this as a board? Because my next step would be to ask Kirby to provide a contract that Lisa could review.
We discuss it in exec session, or is this a real estate concern?
If it's village property, it's a real estate concern, yes, you can. You can also have a public discussion about it.
All right, so let us think about it, and we'll get back to you.
Very good. Thank you for your time.
Thanks. Thanks, Kirby. All right, next up is our end-of-the-season beach report by our chief lifeguard, Drew Smith.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Board of Trustees.
Kirby, you're free to go. I mean, you don't have to sit through this if you don't want to. I always like to say that because I know you're being polite, but it's really not necessary. Thanks.
Good morning. The 2025 beach season recap. This year, the Village Beach Department employed over 120 employees throughout the season, some of which were beach staff, lifeguards, and other various employment roles. From May to August, the village lifeguards responded to 87 water emergencies or rescues throughout the village of East Hampton. They rendered care on 15 medical incidents on the beaches throughout the season, as well as assisting PD in a missing search for individuals. Later in the season, they were located down by Wainscott, so use of the vehicles, drones, and multi-departments was used to get those individuals back to the family. We were fortunate this year, the water was a little calmer than previous years, so that's why our numbers are a little lower than they were. We successfully certified 48 ocean lifeguards. Out of the 48, 11 were first-time lifeguards who took the test for the first time and successfully completed, and then went on to work in some capacity on our beaches in the village of East Hampton. Diane O'Donnell, myself, Jason Brunner, as well as the help from the Town Training Center, did our annual CPR, AED, and first aid refresher for anybody who held the lifeguard cert. So that was over 60 certifications at the start of the year for the season to be in compliance with Suffolk County Department of Health. We used our lifeguard truck, our 2 side-by-side UTVs. The one was newer, it was donated last year. It was lettered this year to look a little bit more formal with the rest of our fleet. We utilized our 3 ATVs, 2 of which were new this season that came onto the beaches of East Hampton, as well as the drone and our 2 rescue watercrafts. We continued training the rescue watercraft K-38 program, certifying lifeguards this year. With that certification to take onto the beach, it gives them a better understanding of the craft as well as how to operate in an emergency situation to benefit the swimmer in distress with a positive outcome. We hosted many events. We started with the May Day 5K. We did the junior lifeguard program, which has been growing over the last few years and really turning into quite a fantastic program down there. We did Tuesday Music, thanks to East Hampton Village Foundation, the YMCA 5K, as well as the lifeguard tournament and the lifeguard volleyball tournament with the town of East Hampton. We continued our drone program throughout the summer, working in conjunction with PD as well as Lee Bertrand, who's our main operator down there, to monitor the water, monitor the public, and kind of assist with marine life as it pops up throughout the years. We put the new addition of the roof on Main Beach building, which was a nice addition this year. It really cleaned up the building a lot and helped with some of the leaks. And we did various other small projects to give the beach patrons a better experience when they come down to village beaches. So it was a successful year, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be down there.
Thanks, Drew. And thanks to the beach staff. You guys, all of you did a great job again this summer, and I just want to thank all of you for doing it. I know it's a lot of work up there for the 2 or 3 months that we're open, but it's really top 10 beaches in the country, so we're really pleased with everything you do up there, so thank you. All right, do we want to do the public hearings?
Accepting of scenic and conservation easement over lands situated at 26 Jericho Road, now owned by 26 Jericho Partners, LLC, and the Gladys Collier Revocable Trust, known and designated on the Suffolk County Tax Map as 301-12-2-13.
Is there anyone from the public who'd like to speak? Board? All right, can I get a motion to close the hearing?
Make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor? Hearing's closed.
Introductory number 21 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 107, Contractors, Home Improvement, and Contractor Registry, Section 107-12A, 13B6, and C.
Anyone from the public? Board? Motion?
Make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing is closed.
Introductory number 22 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 35, Officers and Employees, Article 1, Residency Requirement, Section 35-3, Members of the Police Department.
Anyone from the public? Board?
I make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing's closed.
Introductory number 23 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 185, Licensed Occupations and Entertainment, Article 3, Landscapers, Section 185-14, Registration Required, B7 and C.
Anyone like to be heard from the public? Board? Can I get a motion to close?
I make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing's closed.
Introductory number 24 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267-9, Vehicles and Traffic, Stop Streets, add a three-way stop at the intersection of Church Street and Medway.
Anyone from the public? Board? Motion to close.
I make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, hearing's closed. Now we'll get into board discussion over paid parking. We discussed this last year, and we weren't able to get it done last year. So this is nothing more than, we have the paid parking now in Rudishan, and we only allow 1 hour extra, making it a total of 3 in the summer. We wanted to allow unlimited in the parking lots. And then we wanted to extend the same thing to Main Street in Newtown. So right now you can park for an hour, but if you wanted to pay for more time, you could stay and pay for more time. So anybody want to chime in? Anybody have any issues with that?
I mean, I definitely think we should do it for Newtown Lane, the side streets, make that option for people to park longer. Have we heard from our businesses if they think, I mean, the problem with making the parking lots longer is it will end up being employee parking all day long.
This all came about because of the meetings from the chamber that have the businesses there, and they're the ones who are asking for this. And they don't think, it's $10 an hour, so they don't think employees will do that because it's going to chew up a lot of their salary for the day if they are paying $20 or $30 for extra time.
I get that, but was at the chamber any of the real estate agencies? Because they employ like lots of agents. So those are the ones who I always hear from who want it, but they'd be there all day. So that would take up a lot of spaces. I'm not opposed, but if the businesses are for it and they understand that there will be a lot of people parking there all day.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I kind of like this in a way just because people just move and they congest the parking lot. So if you park in Rudishan and you have to move, what the people end up doing is they get in their car, they drive around the parking lot, they can make it congested, and they just go park somewhere else in the parking lot, or they exit and they enter. So maybe this will reduce the congestion in the parking lot where it might be a little easier to navigate because people don't always have to move.
We also are changing that law to make it that you have to leave the parking lot once your time is up. So you can't just move spots. You have to leave the lot.
Doesn't that already exist?
It's not in the law.
Okay.
So this will make it, part of the law, and we'll just have to make sure the signage is correctly posted.
How are we going to enforce that? We're going to put cameras or something to enforce that?
Well, it's already done with cameras, with the car that patrols.
I know, but
So those cars log a car in that lot, and then it's going to come back. And if it finds you again, then there's no way of knowing if you left. But I think we do have a plan to have some additional cameras at the entrances,
We're
correct?
looking at a solution that would, yes, that would handle that enforcement.
Yeah. So
Would this have Newtown Lane like unlimited too? It would be like you could park all day there?
you could park all day if you were paying. You had 1 hour for free, and then you could pay unlimited.
Yeah, I mean, I think if the businesses are on board with it, it's great.
Yeah, they're the ones who were asking for it, so, and it wasn't the real estate agency, it was
Yeah, yeah.
so.
No, because, you do hear from the businesses saying that certain businesses about parking all the time.
Are there any time restrictions on it? Does it end at a certain time or?
Yeah, it ends like it,
No paid parking
don't
on
quote me, but it's
Sunday,
either
or-
5 or 6, whatever the normal end of the day is. It might even be 7, chief, I can't remember. But we only enforce it till 5, I believe, so.
And we would have data on this too. So for example, if we would know how many cars were staying there for 8 hours, 9 hours, we would then be able to look at this data in the future and possibly change this if it would be taken.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like all these other laws that we're tweaking some of these other laws that we found that we could do a better job with. So there's no difference here. If we go through next summer and it's not working the way we envisioned, we can always change that, so.
Then it allows our restaurants to have people can go and eat and shop.
Right. So,
I think we should try it.
okay.
Makes sense.
All right, so we'll give that a shot. So if the attorney can draw that up, that would be great. Is there anybody here for public comment other than public hearings, or I don't see
Can I
anyone?
just ask one thing about parking, the law that we voted for to put the boot, if it's too many tickets, when does that go into effect?
That's in effect now, the
That's in
scoff law. Roll correct, chief? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, no public comment. So we'll now go into motions and resolutions.
Resolution number 490 of 2025, approve claim vouchers for the month of November.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 491, approve warrants as listed. Number 13, guarantees. Number 14 and 15, general fund. Number 16, general fund warrant. And number 18, capital fund.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 492, approve minutes from the Board of Trustees meetings held on September 26th and October 24th of 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 493, approve departmental reports.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 494, authorize the transfer of $5 million from the undesignated fund balance to the assigned unappropriated fund balance.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 495, resolve the fiscal year 2026 village budget is hereby amended to increase estimated revenue and appropriations in the amount of $215,052.16 for expenditures funded by the Employee Benefit Leave Reserve Fund.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 496, authorize the payment of $1,628,453 to the New York State Retirement System for the 2026 PFRS pension contribution.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Passed and carried.
Number 497, authorize the payment of $1,185,432 to the New York State Retirement System for the 2026 ERS pension contribution.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Passed and carried.
Number 498, approve amendment to Resolution 446, 2025, to approve $185,748.50 quote from L&V Benia for apron and sidewalk replacement at various village locations to be paid from the assigned unappropriated fund balance.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 499 of 2025, resolve the fiscal year 2026 village budget is hereby amended to increase estimated revenue and appropriations from the assigned unappropriated fund balance in the amount of $185,748.50 for expenditures related to sidewalks.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 500, approve the agreement between the Village of East Hampton and Francois Simard for the $125,000 sale of village-owned property fronting Panago Road, Suffolk County Tax Map 301-4-7-33.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 501, approve Precision Markouts Incorporated as a consultant for the private property utility markout fee of $400. Jobs that require over 2 hours to complete, there's an additional fee of $200 per hour.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Passed and carried.
Resolution number 502, approve Dama Creative Solutions as a graphics design consultant at the hourly fee of $150.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 503, approve the one-year Georgia Pond U.S. Geological Study Agreement between the Village of East Hampton, the Friends of Georgia Pond, and the East Hampton Town Trustees in the amount of $2,961.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 504, approve the enrollment and necessary expenses incurred by 3 building department employees to attend the 4-hour Nassau County Soil and Water Conservation District Erosion and Sediment Control Training on December 16th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 505, approve 2 Department of Public Works employees to attend commercial driver license training at Precision Driving School in Brentwood, New York, at a cost of $4,100 and authorize payment in advance.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 506, deem surplus and of no value the Knox box equipment listed and as requested by DPW Fleet Manager David J. Cox.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 507, deem surplus and approve the sale disposal of lost and found property listed in Chief Erickson's November 17th, 2025 memo.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 508, deem surplus and of no value and approve disposal of 1 impound vehicle, 2000 Ford Ranger.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 509, approve $2,930.34 quote from Ben Kropinski Builders for the James Lane Light Pole relocation.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 510, approve the $405,369 quote from L&B Benia for sidewalk replacement, curb repair, and ADA ramps to be paid from the assigned unappropriated fund balance.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Passed and carried.
Number 511, approve the $35,840.59 quote from Parsons Commercial for carpet at Village Hall to be paid from the assigned unappropriated fund balance.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Passed and carried.
Number 512, approve the $18,044.99 quote from Lincoln IT for cabling at Village Hall to be paid from the assigned unappropriated fund balance.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 513, approve the $21,787.35 quote from Lincoln IT for installation of a firewall at various locations to be paid from the assigned unappropriated fund balance.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Passed and carried.
Number 514, approve the $5,755.25 quote from Lincoln IT for 7 new computers at Village Hall.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Passed and carried.
Number 515, approve the change order quote of $6,100 from Harold McMahon Plumbing and Heating to upgrade 2 existing circulators for the new boiler system to improve heat distribution in the police department at the Emergency Services Building.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 516, approve long-term parking lot renovation design from the Rayner Group located at Suffolk County Tax Map 301-2.7 1.3.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Passed and carried.
I just want to let the board know that that is the antique barn for the fire department, and that includes also the Electrify America, everything we've been discussing for about a year in the last board meeting. It's all included.
Thank you.
Resolution number 517 of 2025, approve Reed Jones to work as a lifeguard at his previously approved pay rate for 1 day effective retroactively to October 11th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 518, approve the resignation of part-time emergency medical technician basic EMTB Julissa Vega effective November 1st, 2025.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 519, approve resignation.
Could you 3 come on up? Or
Drew, Sean,
is Drew still here? Drew and Donnie and Sean? You're not on here, right, Diane? Okay.
not to leave you out, Diane.
We have a little bit of changing of the guard here, so I think it's appropriate that you're up here, and I'll join you for a photograph in a minute. It's not too many opportunities, at like to miss photograph. So,
Instagram.
after you.
Resolution number 519 of 2025, accept the resignation of Drew Smith as part-time beach manager and chief lifeguard effective November 22nd, 2025.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 520, approve appointment of Donnie McGovern to the position of seasonal beach manager effective immediately.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Passed and carried.
Number 521, approve appointment of Sean Daly to the position of seasonal chief lifeguard effective immediately.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried. So I just wanted to say, Drew's done such a great job for the village. He created this terrific program up at Main Beach, and Donnie's been with him the whole time. Sean's been a long time lifeguard up there and retired. You're retired, right? Correct. Retired from the NYPD. I just thank you, Drew, for this. And Donnie, thanks for stepping up and taking this on and showing it's going to be another great season up there. And I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. So you want to jump up and do a quick photo? Thank you so much. Thank you. Keep the photo with us. Who's going to take it? Come on in.
Get in there.
What's that? We should get Diane up here. Hey, Diane, come on, quick, come on up. Come on, just move quick. Yeah, you want to move back?
Yeah.
Brad, can you bring the envelope? Yeah, no way. All right, come on in. The photo bomb. Come on in, Diane. Get it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, thanks, guys and girls. All right, Lorraine.
Resolution number 522 of 2025, approve employment of Logan Warby as a part-time emergency medical technician, basic EMTB at the hourly rate of $30, and authorize him to work the seasonal period December 1st, 25 to May 11th of 2026 in accordance with civil service regulations effective December 1st, 2025.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 523, approve the promotion of Patrick Cantwell to Public Safety Dispatcher 2 the promotion of Patrick Cantwell as Public Safety Dispatcher 2 to Public Safety Dispatcher 3 effective December 1st, 2025 at an annual salary of $150,328.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried. So PJ, as he's known, is taking the place of JP. So, but PJ's worked for us for at least 20 years. I'm just guessing off the top of my head. He's also very active in the Amagansett Fire Department. So he has created the mapping system down there, or he's been part of the people who created that. I know we got Keith in the back, who was a big part of that. And I just wish him the best, and I think he's going to do a great job for us. So thank him for stepping up and taking on this position.
Resolution number 524, accept resignation of Traffic Control Officer Aiden Manser effective October 28th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 525, approve amendment to resolution number 456, 2025, to approve the $17,806.11 payout to full-time EMTP Stephen Montalto to be paid on November 26, 2025 for accumulated time and to be paid from the Employee Benefit Leave Reserve Fund.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 526, approve the $197,246.05 payout to Lieutenant Gregory Brown, retiring November 3rd of 2025, to be paid on November 26th of 2025 for accumulated time and to be paid from the Employee Benefit Leave Reserve Fund.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 527 of 2025, approve new fire department members Ian Lowell, Danielle Penazzola, and Alexander Schindler, engine company number 5, and Andrew
phones off, please?
Hose Company number 3.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried. Remember when Rickenback was mayor? Remember that? He used to tell you to disengage your phone when you were sitting here, so.
Time's up. Resolution number 528 of 2025, accept bid for crosswalk enhancements and hardware for 4 crosswalks on Newtown Lane and 2 crosswalks on Main Street from Hink Electric as per October 30th, 2025 bid specs.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 529, notice for request for proposals for repair of windmill stocks and sales for the Panago Windmill with a release date of November 21st, 2025, and a due date of December 9th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 530, approve rejection of all bids received for refurbishing of 4 gas fireplaces at Village Hall with respect to the bid opening held on November 25th, 2025 at Village Hall.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 531, notice a public hearing to be held on December 17th, 2025 at 11 a.m. at the Emergency Services Building, 1 Cedar Street, East Hampton, for introductory number 25 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267, Section 267-737, parking time limited in designated locations, Cove Hollow Road and Georgica Road.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 532, approve the acceptance of scenic conservation easement over land situated at 26 Jericho Road, now owned by 26 Jericho Partners, LLC, and the Gladys Collier Revocable Trust, known and designated on the Suffolk County Tax Map as 301-12-2-13.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 533, adopt local law for introductory number 21 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 107, Contractors, Home Improvement, and Contractor Registry, Section 107, 12A, 13B, 6, and C.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Passed and carried.
Number 534, adopt local law for introductory number 22 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 35, Officers and Employees, Article 1, Residency Requirement, Section 35-3, Members of the Police Department.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 535, adopt local law for introductory number 23 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 185, Licensed Occupations and Entertainment, Article 3, Landscapers, Section 185-14, Registration Required, B, 7, and C.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 536, adopt local law for introductory number 24 of 2025, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267-9, Vehicles and Traffic, Stop Streets, add a 3-way stop at the intersection of Church Street and Medway.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 537 of 2025, approve trustee Jason Tuma as a liaison to the East Hampton Village Foundation Herrick Park Playground Subcommittee, effective November 21st, 2025. This appointment is in place and instead of the prior appointment of trustee Sarah Amadon as per Resolution 382-2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried. Just a quick question for Brad. Is Sarah still on the committee? Trustee Amadon? Did she ask to come off, or?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
she did?
yes.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Okay.
I'm still, I asked Sarah if she could just at least look it over. She put a lot of work and time into it,
Right,
so I
that's what
still
I-
want her feedback. So,
That was her, excuse me, that was her project, so I'm surprised that she doesn't want to be part of it. Okay, good. I'll call her. Guilt her. Okay.
Resolution number 538, approve Christopher Van Houten's termination as a part-time EMTP paramedic with the Village of East Hampton, effective November 21st, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 539, approve the $25,435.50 quote from South Fork Asphalt for pavement restoration adjacent to new sidewalk work at various village locations.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 540, approve the $21,025.60 quote from Traffic Safety Products for barricades per New York State contract to be paid from the assigned unappropriated fund balance.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried. I think that concludes the meeting. Just going to ask for a motion to close this meeting, and then we're going to go into executive session, talk about some legal issues, personnel, and real estate.
I make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor? Meeting's closed. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Thank you, guys.